Welcome everyone. Today I'm going to share something very juicy for everybody. It's about technology, how to navigate tech and the rest of them. But before I start, I want to share something. There is a scenario one of my boss posted on Facebook precisely, and then the person asked, I need a job. Can you help me with a job? And a question came. That question is actually the question, and the response too is actually the response we get most of the times. Now, what type of job do you want? And the response was any job. Do we actually have anything like any job? No, we don't have anything like any job. It's either you are doing web development, Android development, you are a tailor, you are a trader, or you are just doing anything in the marketplace. So that question came, what type of job do you want? And she said, any job. Any job is actually not a job, like I said. Now, I want you to maybe change your mindset after now, so that you start doing something better with whatsoever skill you think you have. What am I trying to say? All I'm saying now is, if that lady so had a job or so had a skill set, that lady could have said, okay, I do this, I do web development, I do graphics design, I should be open, or I need a graphics design job, do you have any? But no, there was no skill. So that is where the problem is. Now, I want to urge you from here that you should go and find a skill. Why skill? An example is what I just mentioned. Once you have a skill, you can scale through anybody, anywhere. That is number one. Number two is that once you have a skill, you can actually grow from there, all right, on your own, without having to look back at whether you look for a job in a firm or somewhere. But your skill can first of all give you a portfolio. Yeah, your skill can give you a portfolio, because by the time you start creating things, doing things, building things from your own end, you are selling things. Once you apply for a job anyway, you have an experience. It's there in your portfolio. That is the number one thing I say, let me talk about. Now, the number two thing here is, if you ask me, what type of skill should I go into? What skill set? Left for me as a tech person, I'll always recommend tech skills, actually. I'll always recommend tech skills. Why? Number one is convenience, all right? Tech skill gives you convenience. And then number two is art currencies. You earn in art currencies. People that are in tech nets, they can tell you about this. It's actually it's one of the lucrative industry you could ever think of. That is the number two thing. And number three thing, like I mentioned, convenient. You work at your convenience. You can do whatsoever you like, whatever skills you have. We have platforms that accept people who have tech skills, work in this firm, maybe get jobs with people outside or within the country or wherever, but you can work at your own pace, right at your convenience. That is why I should recommend a tech skill, and it opens you to a whole lot of experiences. Yes, I must say, a whole lot of them. That is why I will recommend, or I always recommend, fine, you can go into any other skill. It's very important. Just have a skill. That is the important thing. Irrespective of whether it's a tech, or I'm just bringing up tech skill because that is where I have seen a lot and I can boldly talk about. Now, I want to maybe use myself as an example, how I actually started out. Some years back, I had a friend who had a laptop. And what did I know about? I did not even know how to use a laptop then, way back 2015 or so. But I had to start using the friend's laptop, maybe do one or two graphics work, and I was getting paid from there. Yeah, actually, I was getting paid from there, and I could sustain myself through school and every other thing I could do for myself without bothering my parents and all of that. So that was how I started. And then I got into a lot of things. Personally, I do so much. You can find me in the media space. You can find me in web development space. You can find me in Android development space. I've learned a lot of skills, DevOps, cybersecurity, actually what I'm doing right now. all of these things, am I actually a jack of all trades? We can say maybe I am, maybe I'm not. But I have a skill set. I know where I'm going to. I know what I want to do. And let me say, looking at it all together, where I'm heading to, all the skills I've learned, in one way or the other, they are relevant to the future I'm looking at. Yes, they are relevant to the future. I'm talking about cybersecurity. So if I now say security, we have security, let's say vulnerabilities in almost every sector of life. All the things I did, all the skills I've learned and the rest of them, both the ones that help me sustain life and then stay up till today, they are a good contribution to what I want to become tomorrow or what I'm pursuing at time. It's important, and that is just my story about tech and all of that. What is really tech skill? Looking at me now, if you can see me right now, it actually means you are using technology. YouTube is tech, Facebook is tech. You are using technology now. The only difference is that you might just be using these technologies just because you want to use them. Now, it's not about using them. You just have to make the difference. So I'm using Facebook, I'm using YouTube. How do I actually maximize these technologies for profits? You are a tailor, you can maximize your Facebook page or your Facebook account for profits. You go out there, you push out your content. This is what I'm doing. You push it out there. People get to see, people get to connect, and you generate sales, you convert. That is why tech skill is important. Tech is a short term for technology. So it's actually, when you hear tech, it's actually about innovations, people coming together to innovate one thing or the other, and we are using these products and they are solving problems for us. Tech is just that simple. What type of tech skill you may ask your question, what type of tech skill can I actually venture into? It's very simple. What I encourage people to do is, if you are just coming from a different background, a different world entirely, where we now see the innovations of technology now, AI and the rest of them, you might feel left out and you want to maybe tag along. So what do you do? What do you do in situations like this? I recommend going for short courses. We have courses that are relatable to almost all walks of life. One of them is digital marketing. It's a tech skill, it's a non-technical tech skill. So we have technical and non-technical tech skills. You can start with non-technical tech skills. Example, digital marketing, social media management, and the rest of them. These tech skills will actually help you as a person, whether you can actually use these tech skills to work in any sector. You can use it to work in a bank, in an agricultural sector, health sector, any sector at all. Everybody needs marketing. Even as an individual, you need to market yourself. A digital marketer is in that position to do that for you. So we have those tech skills, technical and non-technical. We can talk about the technical tech skills like the likes of web development, cybersecurity, app development, and a whole lot of them. Same applies to non-technical skills. We have digital marketing, we have social media management, community management, and a whole lot of them. Virtual assistant is still one of them. So you can maybe take your time, look through. I think one of the videos I'll try and explain each of these tech courses and then how you can maybe get to learn them, get to use them. So that is that about it now. How do you apply this tech skill? How do you apply this tech skill? It's very important. It's one thing to actually have a skill, another thing to know how to apply it. We have a lot of people who actually maybe learn this skill, but after learning what next, they don't know how to use them. Social media is one too. Put yourself out there. It's very important. Nobody is going to tell your story. That is the beautiful part of it. Nobody is going to tell your story. If you don't tell your story, all the potentials you have, you just have them just within you. You use them yourself, and that's all. So you use your social media, document every step of it. You are learning one thing today, put it out there. You are learning another thing tomorrow, put it out there. People need to see what you are doing. Maybe you want to learn tailoring. From the very first day you made the decision up to where you went to register and then you started, just document all of this, put it out there. Let people know that you've been there. Let people know that, oh, I've seen this person do this over and over. Let me try this person. And then another thing, community. Join communities, create one. You have a customer today in your shop, create a WhatsApp group, add the person. You have another tomorrow, add the person. You will find out that at the end of maybe a month, 2 months, and a year, you have a community of people who constantly patronizes you. You apply this in that way, and then you look for internships. You go to LinkedIn, go to Twitter, apply for things and the rest of them. I'll still share my stories on how I actually get all of these things done. Where can you learn these tech skills? In our physical environment, we have different hubs. You can just go to those hubs. And then what is happening now? Look for a skill set, pay and learn. Once you pay, you value what you are learning. I don't know, some of you may be aware of Web 1, Web 2, and now Web 3. It's just a transition from Web 1, Web 2, and Web 3. Web 3 is actually the innovation at hand, and a lot of people are not there. A lot of people are not aware of it. Web 3 is the recent innovation, and it gives you a lot of opportunities. Tech skill is what is selling in Web 3 ecosystem, or let's say the Web 3 market. All I am going to say in this video before I close, I will say just find a way, look at what you have. How do I start here? How do I do this? What tech skill do I get to learn? And how do I put whatsoever I'm learning to work? How do I get it out there? How do I put myself? The first thing, how do I put myself out there? That is very important. If you have any other skill, you are a tailor, you are a photographer, you are whatsoever you are, try as much as possible to learn a tech skill that you support or that will help whatsoever you are learning. If you are a tailor, learn digital marketing, learn social media marketing. It will help whatsoever you are learning. It will help that your skill. Any skill you have at all, whether it's in the tech industry or not, all I'll have to say right now is find a way and learn a tech skill. Not just any tech skill, learn a tech skill that will support whatsoever you have as a skill today. Thank you very much for staying up till this time. If you can see this video right now, it means you are a great supporter, you are a great fan, and I love and support you too. Please let me know if you have any concern, and I will definitely respond. Thank you so much.